What's up, guys? MomoJiri here, and today, it's been a while. It's been about 2 weeks since the set's been released, but I'm here to show you exactly what's going to be in the set. So let's just go straight into it. We're gonna go through the commons, the rares, supers, ultras, secrets, and the ghost rare. And let's start. So the first the first card as a common is called Block Spider. Block Spider is a 0 attack, 100 defense point monster. It's level 1 insect effect monster. It reads, your opponent cannot target insect type monsters for attacks except this one. If this card is special summoned, you could special summon one Block Spider from your deck. You can only use this effect once per turn. Interesting. Now we have Cannon the Melodious Diva. It is a level 4 fairy effect light monster. It reads, if you control a melodious monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only special summon once per turn this way. Once per turn, you can target one melodious monster you control, change its battle position. Interesting. Now we have Serenade, the Melodious Diva. It's a level 4 fairy effect monster, 400 attack, 1900 defense points. It reads, this card can be treated as 2 tributes for a tribute summon of a fairy type monster. After this card is special summoned to your side of the field, you can normal summon one melodious monster during your main phase's turn in addition to your normal summoner set. So, special summon right there, then get out the giant one, right? Now we have Elegy, the Melodious Diva. All of them are the same, Melodious Diva. Alright, it is a level 5 fairy effect monster. 2000 attack, 1200 defense. It reads, special summon melodious monster you control cannot be destroyed by card effects. If this card was special summon, all fairy type monsters you control gain 300 attack. So that's interesting. Now we have Super Heavy Samurai Kabuto. If your opponent special summons a monster, oh wait, it is a level 4 effect machine type earth monster. 1000 attack, 2000 defense points. It reads, if your opponent special summons a monster, you can change as many attack position Super Heavy Samurai you control as possible to defense. And if you do, the ones changed with this effect gain 500 defense until the end phase. Not bad. Next we have Super Heavy Samurai Soul Fire Armor. A fire machine effect monster, 800 attack, 800 defense, level 2. You can target one Super Heavy Samurai monster you control, equip this monster from your hand or your side of the field to that target. Its level becomes 5. During either player's turn, you can discard this card, then target one defense position monster, Super Heavy Samurai you control. Until the end phase, it loses 800 defense but cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. Not bad. Next we have Super Heavy Samurai Soul Shield Wall. It's a Earth Machine effect, level 3, 1200 attack, 1200 defense point monster. And it's the same as the one before, basically. Where you could target one samurai you control, equip it from your hand inside the field to that monster. It gains 1200 defense. When the equipped monster equipped with this card is targeted for an attack, you could send this card to the graveyard, negate that attack, but the equipped monster's defense becomes 0. Interesting. The Super Heavy Samurais are an interesting deck, but I'm not really seeing them going anywhere, really. Next we have Super Heavy Samurai Soul Breaker Armor. It's a Earth Machine effect, level 1, 0 attack, 500 defense point monster. It reads, you can target one Super Heavy Samurai monster you control. Equip this monster from your hand or your side of the field to that target. It loses 1000 defense. Also, it cannot be destroyed by battle. If this card is in your graveyard, you can banish all Super Heavy Samurai Soulbreaker Armors from your graveyard, then target one Super Heavy Samurai on the field whose defense is lower than its original defense. Inflict damage to your opponent equal to the difference between its current and original defense. All these work so well together. They stop each other from being destroyed and then inflict damage to your opponent. Not bad. Alright, next we have Super Heavy Samurai Soul Big Bang. An Earth Machine effect, level 3 monster with 1000 attack with 1000 defense. It reads, you can target one Super Heavy Samurai monster you control. Equip this monster from your hand or your side of the field to that target. It loses 1000 defense. No, it gains 1000 defense. During either player's battle phase, when your opponent activates a card effect while you control a defense position Super Heavy Samurai monster, you can banish this card from your graveyard. Negate the activation. If you do, destroy it. Then destroy as many monsters on the field as possible, and if you do, both players take 1000 points of damage. Only 1000 though. Next we have the Flipao. Alright, now we have Flipao Leo. It is a Fairy Earth level 4, 600 attack point, 1200 defense point monster. It reads, if this card declares an attack, it gains 500 attack until the end of the battle phase. Not bad. Flipao Bear. It is a Earth Fairy effect, level 3, 1200 attack point, 800 defense point monster. It reads, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard, set one toy vendor directly from your deck to your spell and trap card zone. You can tribute this card, then target one polarization in your graveyard, add it to your hand. You can only use these. You can only use one effect of it per turn, and only once that turn. Not bad. Flipao Cat. It is a level 1 Earth Fairy effect monster. 700 attack, 300 defense. If this card is sent to the graveyard as a fusion material for a fusion summon, you can target one polarization in your graveyard, add it to your hand. Not bad. Flipao Rabbit. Earth, level 1, Fairy, 300 attack, 1200 defense point monster. If this card is sent to the graveyard as a fusion material for a fusion summon, you can target one Edge Imp Sabers or one Flipao monster in your graveyard, except Rabbit, added to your hand. You can only use this effect once per turn. So that's a very interesting card, right? Next we have Stellar Knight Bella Guguis. All these have really weird names. But it is a light warrior effect, level 4, 700 attack point, 1900 defense point monster. If this card is summoned, you can target one Stellar Knight card in your graveyard, except this card. Send this card to the graveyard. If you do, add that target to your hand. Shenanigans. Next, Shadow Hound. A dark spellcaster flip effect monster, level 4, 1600 attack, 900 defense points. You can target one Shadow card in your graveyard, add it to your hand if it's flipped. This is one of the cards that came in the Duelist Alliance Special Edition. If this card is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can target one monster on the field, change its battle position. Flip effects are not activated at this time, except Shadow monsters. You can only use one Shadow Hound effect per turn, only once that turn. Alright, next. That. Alright. First, next common is Lynn Bloom. An Earth Whim Worm effect, level 4, 0 attack point, 1800 defense point monster. If a monster you control battles on an opponent's monsters, during damage calculation, the attack of each monster in that battle becomes equal to their current defense until the end of the damage stat. Interesting. Valiferan, Mystical Beast of the Forest. Level 2, Beast, Tuner effect monster with 400 attack and 900 defense. You can discard one card, then target one level 2 or lower beast monster in your graveyard, except itself. Special summon an attack or face down defense position. You can only activate this once per turn. Not bad. Coons. Next we have Watchdog. A level 1 fire pyro, 0 attack, 0 defense point monster. During your main phase, if this card was normal summoned, you could send one spell card from your hand to the graveyard to set one continuous spell card directly from your deck. You can only use this effect of Watchdog once per turn. You can special summon the turn you activate this. Interesting. Shenanigans everywhere. Now we have Deskbot 002. It is a machine Earth level 2 500 attack point, 500 defense point monster. If this card is special summoned, you can add one Deskbot from your deck to your hand. All machine type monsters you control gain 500 attack and defense except this card. Next we have Misjudge, who is a light level 4 fiend monster with 1800 attack, 600 defense points. 600 defense points. If an opponent's card effect activates, before resolving that effect, toss a coin twice. If the result is 2 heads, negate that effect. You're going to activate this once per turn. Interesting. Scourging Goblin. A level 4 Earth Fiend, 1000 attack, 2000 defense point monster. If this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, they can hand you one card from their hand to negate this effect. Otherwise, you add one goblin card from your deck to your hand, except Goblin Fan, which is an interesting effect. Your opponent either gives you something or you get something. Next, we go to the spell cards. First one is a continuous, Wonder Balloons. Once per turn, you can send any number of cards from your hand to the graveyard. Place one balloon count on this card for each card sent to the graveyard. All monsters your opponent controls loses 300 attack for each balloon counter. Not bad if you need to get rid of your hand, Infernities. Now we have Mimiclay. Is a normal spell card. If your opponent controls a monster, target one level 2 or lower defense position monster you control. Special from your deck in defense one monster with the same name as that monster, but banish it when it leaves the field. You can only activate once per turn. Not bad. Little machine duplication there. Alright, next we go to more commons. Alright. Magical Star Illusion, a normal spell card. If your opponent controls a monster and you control as many or fewer monsters currently in the field gain attack equal to the combined level all monsters their controller controls by 100 until the end phase. Not bad. Now we have Toy Bender, a continuous spell card. Once per turn, you can discard one card to draw one card and reveal it. If it's a foul monster, special one monster from your hand. Otherwise, discard the card you drew. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add one Imp, Edge Sabers, or one foul monster from your deck to your hand. Very interesting archetype. Now we're going to do some of the Quill-Offs. Laser Quilp. During your main phase, you can normal summon one Quilp monster in addition to a normal summoner set. You can only gain this effect once per turn. Normal summon the Quill monster cannot be negated. Alright. Hexatellar Knight, which also came in the special edition. It is a field spell. The last card was a field spell too. Each Tellar Knight Exceed monster gains 200 attack and defense for each Exceed material attached to it. When a Tellar Knight Exceed monster you control is targeted for an attack, you can send one Tellar Knight card from your hand to the graveyard to negate that attack. Alright. Celestia. Probably about fairies. What is this? It's not. It is another field spell. All worm monsters gain 300 attack and defense. Once per turn, you can banish 3 worm monsters from your graveyard, then target one card on the field and destroy it. So, continuous Dark Arm. Not bad. Oracle of the Herald is to get Oracle Herald of Ultimateness. Your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to this card's activation. That really is perfect. It's kind of like Super Poly. So a lot of these cards I've never seen before. I really haven't looked into anything lately. So this is new for me too. So now we have Strike of the Monarchs, which is a quick play. You can target one face-up level 5 or higher normal summon set monster, then target one face-up card in the field. Negate its effect to the end phase of this turn, then draw one card. So you tribute one face-up level 5 or higher normal summon monster or set, then target one face-up card in the field. Negate its activation to the end phase, then draw one card. During your main phase, if this card is in your grave, you could banish it, then declare one attribute. All face-up monsters currently on the field become that attribute until the end phase of this turn. Not bad. Now, I've been seeing a lot talk about this just because we have it now. But this is Cursed Bamboo Sword, which is an equip card. The equip monster gains 0 attack, as usual. Then you can target one other Bamboo Sword card you control, return it to the hand. And if you do, the equip monster can attack your opponent directly. You can activate this once per turn. If this card is sent to the grave, you can add one Bamboo Sword card from your deck to your hand except Cursed Bamboo Sword. Alright. I like it. I can get Golden Bamboo Sword. Now we go into the traps. Command Performance. A normal trap card. If you control a preferred pile monster, change all face-up attack position monster your opponent controls to defense. Monsters chained to defense by this effect cannot change their battle position until the end of the next turn. Not bad. Perform Power Revival. Another normal trap card. If a monster you control is destroyed by battle or card effect, special summon one Perform Power monster from your hand or graveyard. Not bad. Punch in the Box. Another normal trap card. When your opponent's monster declares an attack where they control 2 or more monsters, target the attacking monster, negate it, and if you do, send one other monster they control to the graveyard. Then the targeted monster loses the attack equal to the original attack or defense, whichever is higher, your choice of tie, of the sent monster to the graveyard. So negate, send, and lower the attack. Not bad. The Phantom Knights of Shadowvale. Another normal trap card. Target one face-up monster you control. It gains 300 attack and defense. When an opponent's monster declares a direct attack while this card is in your graveyard, special summon this card in defense position as a normal monster. A level 4 Dark Warrior type. 0 attack, 300 defense. It is not treated as a trap card. If summoned this way, banish it when it leaves the field. Another card we have in the graveyard, not bad. Quill Ultimate Change. Quill-offs. Add up to 3 face-up Quill Pendulum monster cards from your extra to your hand. You can only activate 1 Quillimate Change per turn. Broken. Quilper Launch. Another normal trap card. Until the end of this turn, all normal summon or set Quill monsters currently on the field gain 300 attack, but are unaffected by other spell trap cards. Also, their effects are negated. Not bad. Yang Zing Brutality. Another normal trap card. If a Yang Zing monster you control battles an opponent's monster, during damage calc, your opponent's monster loses. Your battling monster's attack and defense each become equal to its original. Each become double its original attack and defense during that damage calculation only, but is destroyed at the end of the damage step. Excessive, but worth it, in my opinion. Alright, now we go to... Oh, did I go too far? Nope, right there. Alright. Alright. And those are all the rest of the comments. Next, we have another trap card. A normal trap card. Different dimension encounter. If both players have at least one banished monster that can be special summoned, each player special summons one of their banished monsters in face down defense position. Not bad. Interesting. Fusion Substitute. A normal spell card. This card's name is always treated as polymerization. Fusion summon one monster from your extra deck using monsters you control as fusion material. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one fusion monster in your graveyard. Add it, return to the extra deck, then draw one card. Not bad. Next we have UA Power Jersey. So they actually got some more support. It's an equip card, right? UA Power Jersey. Equip only to a UA monster. It gains 1000 attack and defense. Also, if it battles an opponent's monster, any battle damage it inflicts to your opponent is doubled. If the equipped monster destroys a monster by its attack, it can make a second attack during this battle phase. During your standby phase, banish the equipped monster. If this card is sent to the graveyard because the equipped monster returned to the hand, return this card to your hand. That's a mouthful. Interesting. Ruffian Railcar. A Earth Machine effect. Level 4, 1800 attack, 1000 defense points. It reads, once per turn, you can inflict 500 damage to your opponent. That's immediate. You cannot conduct your battle phase turn activate its effect. During the end phase, if this card is in the grave because it was sent there this turn, you can add one level 10 Earth Machine type monster from your deck to your hand. What? Interesting. SZW Fenrir Sword. Level 4, Beast. Light effect monster, 1800 attack, 1100 defense. If this card is normal summon, you could target one ZW monster you control that is equipped as in the equip card, special summon that target in defense position. You could target one Utopia monster you control, equip this card from your hand to that target. When the equipped monster destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you could target one ZW monster in your graveyard and add it to your hand. So it's kind of a replenisher. I like it. Go, 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 go Ram. An Earth, Rock, Effect level 4, 2300 attack point, 0 defense point monster. If this card is summoned, change the battle position of this card. If this card in the field is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, send one Go monster from your deck to your hand. From your deck to the graveyard. Interesting. Do Driver. A level 4 Earth Warrior, 1800 attack, 200 defense point monster. Up to twice per turn. If this card was special summoned by a Do monster this turn, target one Do monster you control, then activate one of these effects. Increases level by 1 or decreases level by 1. We have a Constellar Cows here. Shogi Lance. A level 3 Earth Beast Warrior effect, 500 attack point, 500 defense point monster. Once per turn, you can target one other level 3 Beast Warrior type monster you control. The levels of that monster and this card become the combined levels of those monsters. Not bad. Last common, guys. Guiding Light. It is a light fairy effect, level 1, 0 attack point, 0 defense point monster. When this card is summoned, you can target one level 1 light monster in your graveyard, special summon that target. Tuners. Alright guys, so that was all the comments. Now we're going to go through the rares, which are a lot less. There are 54 commons, 20 rares. No, 48 commons, 20 rares, 14 supers, 10 ultras, and 8 secrets, and 1 ghost rare. Alright, so gonna go over the rares. Gonna go over 10 at a time, just to get over with real quick. And that's good enough before it crashes my computer. Now we have Perform Pal Cheermall, which is a Earth Beast Pendulum Effect monster, level 2, with the Pendulum scale of 5. It has 600 attack and 1000 defense. It reads, Pendulum Effect. All Pendulum monsters you control gain 300 attack. Monster Effect. You can target one monster whose current attack is different from its original attack. Apply the appropriate effect based on it, and you'll only activate once per turn. If the monster's current attack is higher, it gains 1000. If its current attack is lower than its original, it loses another 1000. Interesting. Perform Pal Trampolix. It is a Earth Beast Pendulum Effect level 2 monster with a pendulum scale of 4. 300 attack, 300 defense. Its pendulum effect is, when you pendulum summon a monster, you can target one card in either player's pendulum zone. Return that target to the hand. You can only activate this once per turn. When this card is normal summon, you can target one card in either player's pendulum zone. Return to the hand. Interesting. Now we have Sophia, the Melodious Maestra, which is a light, level 7 fairy with 2300 attack and 1700 defense. Once per turn, you can target one light fairy monster in your graveyard, add to your hand. You can not activate non-light monsters' effects during the turn you activate this card. Alright. Super Heavy Samurai Scales. It is a Earth Machine level 4 effect monster with 800 attack and 1800 defense. If your opponent controls 2 or more monsters and you control no monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is normal or special, target one level 4 Super Heavy Samurai in your graveyard, except itself, special summon it in defense. You can only activate once per turn. Not bad. Fufal Dog. Dogu. Doggy. Dog. Earth, level 4, fairy effect monster, 1700 attack, 1000 defense. If this card is normal or special from your hand, you can add one Edge Imp Sabers or one Fufal monster from your deck to your hand. Except Fufal Dog. You can activate once per turn. Alright. Now we have Fufal Owl. When this card is normal or special from your hand, you can add one Polymerization from your deck to your hand. You can pay 500 life points. Fusion summon one frightful fusion monster from your extra deck. Using monsters from your hand, you decide a field as fusion material. You're going to activate one of these effects per turn, only once that turn. So you can add a Polymerization or fuse. Not bad. Quilloffs or Quillfort. Quillfort Shell. It is a Earth Machine Pendulum Effect monster, which is level 8 with 2800 attack and 1000 defense with a pendulum scale of 9. It reads, its pendulum effect. You cannot special summon monsters except cruel monsters. This effect cannot be negated. All monsters your opponent controls lose 300 attack. You can normal summon this card without tributing. Effect monster. If this card is normal summon without tributing or special summon, its level becomes 4 and the original attack becomes 1800. If this card is normal summon or set, it is unaffected by activated effects from any monster whose original level/rank is lower than this card's current level. If this card is normal summon by tributing a cruel monster, it can make a second attack during each battle phase. After it attacks the defense position, inflict piercing damage. That is an extensive effect. Damn. Aquilifor Towers. A Earth Machine effect, level 10 with 3000 attack and 2600 defense. It cannot be normal summoned. Requires 3 quill monsters to normal summon or set it. When this card is normal summoned or set, it's unaffected by spells or traps and by activated effects from any monsters whose original level/rank is lower than this card's current level. All special summon monsters lose 500 attack and defense. Once per turn, you can make your opponent send 1 monster from your hand or their side of the field to the graveyard. Their choice. What? Quill-offs. Next we have Satellar Knight Cyrus. Light Warrior effect, level 4, 1600 attack, 900 defense point monster. If this card is summoned, you can target 5 Tellarknight monsters in the graveyard, shuffle all of them into the deck, then draw 1 card. You can activate this effect once per turn. I'm not seeing that card seeing much use. Sorry. Next, Unmasked Dragon. Frightful Bear, Frightful Wolf, Draw Muscle. Ugh, more Burning Abyss. Yeah. Unmasked Dragon. Fire, level 3, 1400 attack, 1100 defense, worm effect monster. If this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you could special 1 worm monster from your with 1500 or less defense from your deck. Masked Dragon. Now we have Frightful Bear. A Dark Fiend fusion effect, level 6 monster with 2200 attack, 1800 defense point. It needs Edge in Sabers and Frightful Bear. When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, sent it to the graveyard, you could equip that monster to discard an equip card with this effect. The equipped monster gains 1000 attack. Not bad. Frightful Wolf is a dark level 6 Fiend Fusion effect, level 2, 2000 attack, 1500 defense point monster. It reads, it needs an Edge Imp Sabers and 1 or more Fulfill monsters. Must be fused summoned with the above fused material monster and it cannot be special summoned other ways. This card can attack a number of times each battle phase up to the number of fusion materials used for its fusion summon. Use for game. Draw Muscles. Quick play. Target 1 defense position monster you control with less than 1000 defense, or equal to. Draw 1 card. Also, that monster cannot be destroyed by battle this turn. You can only activate once per turn. Interesting. Natiria Sacred Tree. If this card is sent to the graveyard, add 1 Natiria card from your deck to your hand, except Natiria Sacred Tree. You can only use 1 of these following effects of it per turn. You contribute 1 Earth Insect type monster, special summon 1 level 4 lower Earth Plant type monster from your deck. Or tribute 1 Earth Plant type monster to special summon 1 level 4 lower Earth Insect type monster from your deck. Interesting. Oasis of Dragon Souls. Nice name, nice picture, and it's a continuous card. Activate this card by targeting 1 monster in your graveyard, special summon that target defense position. It becomes a worm monster. When this card leaves the field, destroy that monster. When this card leaves the field, destroy that card. Alright, interesting. Call the Haunted for defense. Now we have Ashia, Malblech of the Burning Abyss. If you control a monster that is not a Burning Abyss monster, destroy this card. You can only activate 1 of these effects per turn. If you control no spell cards, special summon this card from your hand. If this card is sent to the graveyard, target one face-up monster on the field, negate its effect until the end phase. Alright. Calabash of the Burning Abyss. If you control a monster that is not a Burning Abyss, destroy it, only activate once these effects return. If you control no spell traps, special summon this card from your hand. If this card is sent to the graveyard, target one set spell trap card on the field and return it to their hand. Alright. UA Midfielder is a Earth Warrior effect, level 4, 1200 attack point, 1000 defense point monster. It reads, you can special summon this card from your hand by returning one UA monster you control to the hand except UA Midfielder. You can only special summon UA Midfielder once per turn this way. During either player's turn, target one other UA monster you control. Return that face-up monster to the hand, then special summon one UA monster from your hand with a different name from that monster. You can only activate this effect once per turn. UA monsters. UA Goalkeeper, an Earth Warrior effect, level 6, 1000 attack point, 2800 defense point monster. You can special summon this card from your hand by returning one UA monster you control to the hand, except UA Goalkeeper. You can only special summon UA Goalkeeper once per turn this way. Once per turn, during your opponent's turn, you can target one UA monster you control. Once during this turn, it cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. It is a quick effect. Last one, Exceed Change Tactics. It's a continuous spell card, which reads, when a Utopia monster exceeds summon to your side of the field, you could pay 500 life points to draw one card. You can only control one Exceed Change Tactics. Oh, they added that effect. Alright, now we're going to go to the supers, which is only 14. So we'll do 7 and 7. There's a sneak peek card. Edge Imp Sabers, Quiller, oh, that's a secret. Go away, disc. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, now we have Taotai, Shadow of the Yangzing, which is a dark worm, level 5, 2200 defense point, 2200 attack point, 0 defense point monster. When this card you control is destroyed by battle or card effects and sent to your graveyard, special summon one Yangzing monster from your deck in defense position, except itself. You can only activate this once per turn. Once per turn during your opponent's main or battle phase, you can immediately, after this card resolves, special summon one synchro monster using only Yangzing monster you control. Possession of a synchro monster on the field that uses this card as material cannot switch. Yangzings. How did they get in front of this? Next we have Lance Fornphysis. It is a dinosaur pendulum normal monster, level 6 with a pendulum scale of 7. 2500 attack, 800 defense. Its pendulum effect, if a normal monster you control attacks the defensive position monster, inflict piercing damage. Its effect is, well, flavor text. This primordial species survived extinction by evolving an offensive lance that can pierce anything, although its diet still consists mainly of fish. Interesting. Edge Imp Sabers. Read a lot about this. It is a level 3 dark fairy fiend effect monster. If this card is in the graveyard, you can place one card from your hand to the top of the deck, special summon this card in defense position. You can only use this effect once per turn. That's amazing. Quilloff Carrier. It is a level 6 machine. It's a level 6 Earth Machine Pendulum effect monster with a pendulum scale of 1. It has 2400 attack, 1000 defense points. Pendulum effect. You cannot special summon monsters except Quilloffs. This effect cannot be negated. All Quill monsters you control gain 300 attack. You can normal summon this card without triggering. If you do, or is a special summon, its level becomes 4, its resist attack becomes 18. If this is a normal summon, it says it's unaffected by effects of any. So they all have the same effects. If this card is tributed, you can target one monster on the field, return to the hand. Alright. Quilloff Helix, which has a pendulum scale of 9. And is an Earth Machine Pendulum monster. 9. Same pendulum effect. Now, if this card is tributed, target one spell check on the field, destroy that target. Okay. Now, I've been wanting to read this card for a while. Machina Megaform, which is an Earth Machine level 8 effect monster. 2600 attack, 1500 defense points. You can tribute this card, special summon one Machina monster from your hand or deck, except itself. If a face-up Machina Fortress you control is sent to the graveyard with this card is in your graveyard, banish that Machina Fortress from the graveyard, special summon this card. You can only activate one of these effects per turn. Well then. Excessive. Now we have Rescue Hamster, which is an Earth Pendulum Beast effect monster, which is level 4 and has a pendulum scale of 5. 300 attack, 100 defense. As pendulum effect, you can banish this card from your pendulum zone. Add 2 face-up pendulum monsters with the same name from your extra deck to your hand. You can only activate once per duel. During the turn this card is normal summon, you could have a face-up level 5 or lower pendulum monster in your extra deck. You can tribute this card, choose one level 5 or lower pendulum monster in your extra deck, and special summon those 2 monsters with the same name as that. Oh, special summon 2 monsters. Wait, hold on. If you have a face-up level 5 or lower pendulum monster in your extra deck, you can tribute this card. Then choose one level 5 or lower pendulum monster in your extra deck to special summon 2 monsters from your deck with the same name as that card, but their effects are negated and they're destroyed during the end phase. You'll have a lot of cards in your extra deck for this one. Yeah. Alright. Next, Super Herald of Arclight. First movement solo. Yugioh fusion. Fire Lake of the Burning Abyss. Next we have a Herald of the Arclight. It is a level 4 light fairy synchro effect monster with 600 attack and 1000 defense, which needs a tuner or one or more non-tuner monsters. Any monster sent from the hand or main deck to the graveyard is banished instead. During either player's turn, when a spell, trap, or effect monster is activated, you could tribute this card, negate the activation. If you do, destroy this card. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you could add one ritual monster or one ritual spell card from your deck to your hand. That is a lovely ritual support card, if you're running synchros for some reason. First movement forward, which is a normal spell card. I always want to know what this one does. If you control no monsters, special summon one level 4 melodious monster from your hand or deck. You can only activate one first movement per turn. You can only special summon. You cannot special summon the turn to activate this except melodious monsters. Interesting. Yugioh Fusion. A spell. It's a spell card. Quick play. Fusion summon one Yugioh Fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters you control or your side of field. Monsters from your hand or your side of field as fusion material. You can unactivate once per turn. Fire Lake of the Burning Abyss. Send 2 face-up Burning Abyss monsters you control to the graveyard. Then target up to 3 cards on the field. Destroy those targets. Amazing. Simply amazing. Next we have number 39, Utopia Beyond, which is a Light Warrior Exceed effect level 6 monster. It requires 2 level 6 monsters. If this card is Exceed Summon, the attack of all monsters your opponent controls becomes 0. Currently controls. Once per turn during either player's turn, you can detach 1 Exceed material from this card. Then target one face-up Exceed monster control and 1 Utopia monster in the graveyard. Banish the first target, and if you do, special summon the second target, gain 1250 life points. Excessive. Alright. Oh, there was one more. Exceed Baron Hope, which is a Light Warrior Exceed level 7 effect monster with 0 attack, 0 defense. Requires 3 or more level 7 monsters. You could also Exceed Summon this card by using one monster you control with C number 101 through number C107 with his name as Exceed material. This monster gains 1000 attack for each Exceed material attached to it. You can target one number monster in the graveyard to the opponent's end phase. This card's name becomes that monster and replaces this effect with that monster's original effects. Only activate once per turn. Not bad. Next, we could finally go over the Ultras, which is only like 10. Pull out Scout. Darkness of the Yang Zing. Night. Dargala. Zaborg is an Ultra, not a secret. I guess they realized their mistake. Herald of Ultimateness. Alright, now we have Quill Off Tool, which is a level 5 pendulum monster, machine of earth, 1000 attack, 2800 defense with a pendulum scale of 9. Alright, so you could pay, once per turn, pay 800 life points to add one Quill card from your deck to your hand except Quill Scout. Now, its effect is booting in replica mode. An error has occurred while executing Sophia Exert unknown publisher allow to quill off the booting in automatic mode. Alright. Jite Do Darkness of the Yang Zing. A level 2 dark tuner effect. 0 attack, 2000 defense. Same Yang Zing effect. If you control no other monster, send 2 Yang Zing monsters from your hand to the graveyard. Special on 1 Yang Zing monster with 0 attack and 1 Yang Zing monster with 0 defense from your deck, but banish them during the end phase. You're going to activate once per turn, only once that turn. Alright, now we have Night Dragolich, which is a worm, level 4 dark effect monster. 1700 attack, 0 defense. Change all non-worm attack position monsters that were special summoned from the main or extra deck to defense. All non-worm monsters special in the main or extra deck loses defense equal to its original defense. Interesting. Zaborg the Mega Monarch. Light Thunder, 800, level 8, 2800 attack, 1000 defense. You can tribute this card by tributing 1 tribute summon monster. If this card is tribute summon, target 1 monster on the field, destroy it. Then, if it was a light monster, both players send as many cards as possible from the extra to the graveyard, but not more than the original level rank of that destroyed monster. If this card is tributed by tributing a light monster, add this additional effect. You choose the card your opponent sends to the graveyard. Entire extra deck just gone like that. Not bad. Denko Sekha. Light Thunder, level 4 effect monster, 1700 attack, 1000 defense. Cannot be special summoned. Where you control no set spells and trap cards, neither player can set spells and trap cards, nor activate spell trap cards that are set in the field. Nice. Why is it an Ultra? Next we have Herald of Ultimateness. A fairy ritual, level 12 effect monster with 2000 attack and 3000 defense points. During either player's turn, when your opponent would special summon a monster or activate a spell, trap, or monster effect, you can send 1 fairy monster from your hand to the graveyard, negate the special summon or activation if you do, destroy that card. And it's not once per turn, it's during either player's turn. Beautiful. Tellarknight Trigger. 3 level 4 Tellarknight monsters. It is a light warrior exceed effect monster with 2100 attack, 2500 defense. It's a rank 4. During the turn you exceed summon this card, you cannot special summon monsters except Tellarknight monsters. If this card exceeds summon, return all other cards on the field to the hand. What? Once per turn, detach 1 exceed material from this card, send 1 random card from your opponent's hand to the graveyard. If this card with exceed material sent to the graveyard, target 1 Tellarknight monster in the graveyard, special summon it. Nice. Sacrifice. Fusion Reserve. Another Burning Abyss. And that's it. Alright, Sacrifice. Equip only to a Quill monster. It gains 300 attack and cannot be destroyed by battle. If the equipped monster can be treated as 2 tribute for the tribute summon of a Quill monster. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add 1 Quill monster from your deck to your hand. Equip 3, send, add 3, Pendulum. Alright. Fusion Reserve, which is a normal trap card. Reveal 1 fusion monster from your action deck. Add 1 of the fusion monsters listed on that card from your deck to your hand. Then add 1 polymerization from your deck to your hand. Beautiful. Oh, graveyard to your hand. Ooh. Interesting. Rubak, Malablach of the Burning Abyss. A level 3 Fiend Tuner effect monster with 100 attack, 2100 defense points. If you control a monster that is not a Burning Abyss, destroy this card. Cannot be synchro material except for the synchro material synchro summon of a Burning Abyss synchro monster. If you control no spell trap card, you can special summon this card from your hand. Burning Abyss. Why? Alright. Those are all the ultras. Now let's go over the 8 secrets. First, of course, is Quill Off Disc. Insane. Dark Rebellion Dragon. That's 5. 6, 7, 8. Alright. Cool off disc. An earth pendulum level 7 with a pendulum scale of 1. 2800 attack, 1000 defense. It's a monarch. You cannot all quill monsters gain your attack. Is it the same thing? Oh, when this card is tribute somebody, tributing a quill monster, you can special summon 2 quill monsters from your deck, but destroy them during the end phase. No wonder it's a secret rare. God, this card's stupid. El Shaddai Grista, which is a secret and an ultimate. And it is a fire rock fusion, level 7 with 2450 attack, 1950 defense. It requires 1 Shaddai monster, 1 fire monster. Must be fusion summoned during either player's turn when your opponent would special summon a monster where you could have a Shaddai card in your hand. Negate the summon if you do, destroy that monster. Then send 1 Shaddai card from your hand to the graveyard. You can only use this effect once per turn. If this card is sent to the graveyard, add 1 Shaddai spell trap card from your graveyard to your hand. Next we have Yazi, Evil of the Yangzing. It is a Dark Worm, Synchro Effect, level 7, 2600 attack, 2100 defense point monster. It needs a tuner and 1 or more non-tuner monsters. It cannot be targeted by your opponent's card effect. You can only activate once of these effects per turn. You can target 1 Yangzing monster you control, 1 Yangzing, and 1 card your opponent controls. Destroy them. Or, oh, you activate. You can only use each of these effects once per turn. Alright. When this card is destroyed by battle or card effects in the graveyard, special summon 1 worm monster from your deck in defense. Alright. Now we have Dark Rebellion XC Dragon, which is interesting. It is a secret, ultimate, and a ghost rare. 2 level 4 monsters. A Dragon Exceed, rank 4, 2500 attack, 2000 defense point monster. We need 2 level 4 monsters. You can attach 2 Exceed materials from this card, then target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls. Its attack becomes half its current attack, and if it does, this card gains that lost attack. Beautiful. Now, I've been wanting to read this card for a while. Solemn Scolding is a quick play, a counter trap card. In Japan, it's called God's Advice. If this card is the only set card in your spell and trap card zone, when a monster would be summoned, or a spell or trap card or effect monster activated, pay 3,000 life points. Negate the summon or activation if you do, destroy that card. Not bad. Just use everything else, then use that. Now we have Virgil, Rockstar of the Burning Abyss, which is a spellcaster synchro effect, level 6 monster with 2500 attack and 1000 defense. It needs a tuner, 1 or more non-tuner monsters. You can only control 1 Virgil. Once per turn, discard 1 Burning Abyss card, then target 1 card your opponent controls, or in the graveyard, shuffle into the deck. If this card in the field is destroyed by battle or card effect sent to the graveyard, you can draw 1 card. You can only activate this effect once per turn. Interesting. Now we have number 99, Utopic Dragon. I think that's a rank 10. Light Dragon Exceed monster with 4000 attack and 2000 defense, and these 3 level 10 monsters. Now, you can also exceed this card by discarding 1 rank up magic spell card and using a Utopia monster you control as the exceed material. The exceed materials attached to that Utopia monster are also attached to this card. Then, once per turn, you can target 1 number monster in your graveyard, special summon in defense, but its effect is negated. During either player's turn, when a monster effect is activated that targets this face-up card, detach 1 exceed material, negate the activation. If you do, destroy that card. So glad I collected all the rank up cards. Reprint. Now, the ultimate rares are simple. Exceed Dragon. Y'all right here. Frightful Bear. Shikida. Yangzing. Dark Rebellion, Exceed Dragon, Satella Knight, Trevor. Only 5. And the Ghost Rare is Dark Rebellion, Exceed Dragon. Oh, I ran out of space on my computer. I have no space on my computer. Do the no space computer dance. Do the no space computer dance. What? No space computer dance. What? No space computer dance. Can you say no space computer dance? What? No space computer dance. What? Yeah. So yeah, guys, that's everything. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know it was late, but I've been busy, and I'm probably gonna get back into Yu-Gi-Oh! Expect a new build for Blackwings coming soon, even though I have no idea where this format's going. I need a lot of playtesting. Who wants to playtest? I need to make a day where I do Death Pro duels, but I never have the day. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I'll catch you. I'll do it eventually, alright? Eventually. But, as usual, guys, thanks for watching this video. Remember to subscribe, like this video, hit the thumbs up button, share it, and I'll catch you guys later.